This is the hour, the darkest place. Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world, good world gone bad. Fast. Half the people dying while the rest of us are splitting hairs. It's a good world, good world gone bad.
we're back and better than ever, baby. Episode 59 of Cover Your Balls. Brought to you by absolutely nobody. Could be brought to you by somebody if someone wants to sponsor us. Isn't that right, Sam?
That's right.
But nobody's wanted to sponsor us yet. That's a loss on their part. But either way, we're back and better than ever. What's poppin', everybody? Mitch Ballo alongside Gianni Capuano, Sam Summers, and our sitting guest tonight, Austin Barone. Austin, welcome in to Cover Your Balls.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
You just got to talk into the mic.
Yeah, speaking of the mic.
Yeah, speaking of the mic.
This mic right here?
Yeah, that mic right there.
I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
We're excited to have you on. Right now, what we're doing is, Gianni, Sam doesn't know we're actually auditioning to replace Sam.
Yes.
Sam's been slacking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'm a hard worker. I don't know what you want from me.
Need you to work a little harder.
Who was the last one that was here?
We had Nate and Dylan.
No. I mean, who was like the last one who showed up?
Oh, correct. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because where did that come from?
But honestly, I don't
Where
think
did that come from, though?
that has nothing to do with your job. I think that's your boss that we need to be blaming.
Yeah.
The Kyle Heckman. Gianni Capuano, though, behind the scenes, per usual, the amazing producer of the show.
Absolutely. We're here with another great day, another great pod. Here to talk a little bit, cover a little bit of balls. We're ready to get into it.
Cover sports balls. We'll cover your balls also if that's what you need. I mean, we generally don't go that way, but sometimes, depending on how we're feeling, we'll do that. Sam, how you doing today, man?
I'm all right. I'm going to have to, probably just be doing a lot of this. But, we are releasing, we have an underwear coming out with our brand Cover Your Balls. So that's why Mitch brought that up. A little collaboration with Me Undies, the CYB collection. So I know Me Undies, you're out there watching, our great sponsor. I'm doing all right. I've been getting off at 5 every day, which kind of stinks, but I'll be off. I'll be off that hopefully by tomorrow. I'm not used to this 9 to 5 grind, but hey, I'm doing it right now.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? You got to follow where the money's coming from. At the same time, I think your boss. At the same time, no names, please. Your boss sucks. Is that? Do you care to elaborate on that?
Yeah, if you've ever seen the movie Horrible Bosses, I have that kind of scenario going on where I'd like to murder my boss, but I won't. And that's not an actual threat. This is just satire. I wouldn't actually murder my boss unless he deserved to be murdered. But then I would have to be willing to go to jail, and I'm not willing to go to jail for this murder. He's not worth it. He's a waste of life. He's an authoritarian, and everyone talks behind his back. Everyone hates him. He's that kind of boss.
Does he beat his dog?
He a notorious dog beater. He got into dog fighting, but he switched back to cockfighting. That's what he's used to. Both kinds of cocks. So good for him. We're happy for him, and I hope he's doing well.
You said you don't want to go to jail. So really quickly, let's introduce the audience to Austin Barone. Austin, you've worked in a jail.
I have. Yeah.
Talking to the mic a little more, please. Yeah, hold the mic.
Like this.
Grope the mic like that.
I'll pull the Sam Summers.
So Austin, you're on here because we have one more month of you being here, full time, my friend.
Yep.
You're taking off here soon.
Yep.
Why don't you let the people in the ball pit know what's going to be going on here once you when you leave here in a few months?
Yeah. No, like you said, working in jail, it's great. Would hate to see Summers there. I don't think he'd last. It's
True.
a different world in there. Actually, you know what? You might run it. That's what I'm thinking. You might be the jail boss, and I think I'd be pretty scared of you. But yeah, heading out down to South Carolina, so I'm happy to be here because I haven't seen these guys in forever. So yeah.
Yeah, we're happy to get them out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bern, I know you prompted me there. I didn't want to lean over there and act like I was kissing you to speak back in the mic, but I have been told, I'd make it maybe a good cult leader. I don't know. I do have a cult following, and I guess we'll just segment right there because I'm suspended from Twitter. Very cult following Twitter. It's a small burner account that I'm very proud of. I think I have almost 60 followers, believe it or not. I've been suspended since Friday. For a tweet of satire, apparently. And
Well, actually, I forgot to send that to Gianni. I'm actually trying to airdrop it right now. I don't know if we can get it on the screen, but if we can, we're going to get it up there because that's where we're going to start tonight. Before we jump into the NBA free agency, college football, NFL training camp, all the other balls, we need to cover your own balls. Your balls right now were not covered on Twitter a few weeks ago. You let your emotions get the best of you. Would you agree with that? What do you?
I guess.
You're struggling right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I hate this. Production was running low this week. We had to make a couple cutbacks. We actually fired our video guy. So,
There and here's the tweet. Actually, Sam, if you want to go ahead and read the tweet out loud, that got you suspended.
it's been a very tough year on us all. 2020 was a year like no other. and I've been feeling down. I need somebody to talk to. If only there was like this online almost therapy service where you could talk to somebody.
But wait, there is.
Maybe called BetterHelp.com. I don't know. I would love to promote their stuff if they were out there, but I don't think they are. 2020, tough year for us all. 2021, now we have apparently the Delta variant, very contagious. I know all about the Delta variant, so YouTube, no need to put one of those information things, but I tweeted out, we need to come together to end world hunger, human trafficking, and COVID-19 once and for all.
It's really inspirational.
Yeah, here you go. You have the email from Twitter violating our rules against posting violent threats. You may not threaten violence against an individual or group of people. Where I guess COVID-19 is a threat to people, but I'm wanting to end it. So that might be a little misunderstanding. And then they threw something in there about a permanent suspension. So I might be done forever. I don't know. I'm waiting until Friday. If I'm not back Friday, I'm just going to assume I've been suspended forever. And that might be my last hurrah on Twitter. I don't know if I'll make another one.
But it wasn't. I can't find the tweet because it was erased by Twitter. But then you took matters into your own hands and tweeted off our account page, Cover Your Balls at CYB Pod. You tweeted at them, and they deleted the tweet and suspended us for like 12 hours.
Yeah, I mean, at least we got put in, a timeout. I've seen a lot worse things on Twitter than what I tweeted out.
Apparently today, Austin, hop back in here. Apparently Justin Bieber's cock is surfacing all over Twitter.
That's what I heard.
But everyone wants to see Justin
Tell us
Bieber's
about
cock.
the cock.
I didn't personally see.
I heard you leaked it.
No. You think I'd be here right now if I licked it?
No, leaked.
Oh,
You leaked it.
I mean, if you licked it, that's on your own time, and you're like, I'm not
I
gonna.
Leaked it.
I don't know if this is a personality trait, but our new guest here, I think I've heard him talk for the first time for 10 minutes. I think I've heard him say he hasn't seen Justin Bieber's cock at least 5 times.
Wait.
So I think he has.
No.
Yes.
No.
He's
no.
talking about it a little much
No,
for it to not
see,
be
you
true.
scroll on Twitter for 5 seconds, and the first thing you see is Justin Bieber's cock on someone's timeline.
And everyone listen to me.
supposedly-
Everyone clicks on it. That's fact. You see something like that leaking. You're telling me you don't click on it.
Everyone
Mitch?
clicks on it.
Everyone clicks on it. All right, we might have to put a poll out. Someone's not saying something because everyone clicks on that shit.
Did you say pull out or pull out?
Sheesh.
I just, Gianni, I don't know. We're all over the place tonight. Folks, if you haven't been able to tell yet, we've actually done no preparation before this episode. This is actually going to be more of an episode driven by you guys, the listeners in the ball pit. Phone lines are not open yet. Of course. Go figure.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Wow.
We already have missed calls.
Sheesh.
You guys need to actually chill out. Like, let us talk a little bit. Let us talk to each other. This episode was a little bit rushed, but we're okay because we're able to adapt and adjust on the fly.
Who's K-Dog?
I don't know, but he's gassing me up, and it's just total fact.
Well, Gianni, actually, let's talk about that. So I'm actually in a wiffle ball league. I sat the other night out because I had this insane migraine all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Gianni is the sub for our wiffle ball team. We're actually called Team Girth.
Team jerseys pending.
Is there any reason behind that, or?
Actually, it was brought to us by one of our teammates, Nico Marchetti. I was all for the hefty lefties because all of us were left-handed, but then we added Gianni as a sub. He's not left-handed.
right-hander.
Fucking buzzkill, if you ask me. But yeah, now we're Team Girth. And Gianni, we won the first series of the year. As I sat out, Gianni played for me. How did it go, Gianni?
We did win the first series of the year. We won 2 games, lost 1. First game, we started off a little slow. Our bats were really ice cold. Couldn't get anything going. But you best believe that second and third game, everyone was dropping home runs like it was their job. You know, your boy out here, kind of a master wiffle ball pitcher himself. Barely anyone could touch my pitches. But, that's just how it is in the life of an ultimate wiffle ball pitcher. I told Mitch, he said he was in a wiffle ball league. I said, I need in this league right now because I have been training to be in a wiffle ball league my whole entire life. And I think, Zone K-Dog in the chat can tell you just how dominant.
Oh, it's Carson. It's Roggenberg.
Oh, okay. Well, you can tell this kid, you can ask him just how dominant I was. Very, very few people could touch my pitches, and, that'll continue the whole rest of the year.
Actually, if I do recall that day when I was trying to practice, I did touch your pitch, and then we ended up losing your wiffle ball for about I don't know, an hour or so.
Listen. That was because I was.
Hey,
throwing some
whoa!
pitches.
We don't need to tell everybody that. We don't need to tell everybody that. Hey, because listen, we got opponents in the chat right now.
True. This is true.
Well, I mean, it probably was the furthest ball you've ever seen hit off you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
the ball went flying.
And he's on my team, so it's all right.
Exactly,
I
it's
guess
okay.
him up.
You know, I was just thinking if we made the title of the show talking about Justin Bieber's cockpick, pardon me, we'd probably get more views. People would, if everyone clicks on it.
Episode 59, the Justin Bieber cock.
Yeah.
So instead of the ball pit,
Talking dick
Justin
pics.
Bieber.
Talking dick. Okay, here we'll start there. Have you ever sent a dick pic?
No.
Ever sent? Mitch?
Have you ever received?
Mitch is, I guarantee
Wait,
Mitch is.
That's kind
But I don't want to get into this
The way
conversation.
Gianni posed that question made me question, like, okay, have you received? I mean, no judgment if you have. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own wrong things.
All right, everyone go around the table.
No, I'm not interested in talking about dick pics.
Yeah, it's actually extremely inappropriate.
Oh.
You're having a blast today with the soundboard. Poor Barone can't hear the
He's
sounds
got
you're
no
playing.
clue. Yeah.
It's all right. I know Sam. I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's all that
He's a
matters.
magician. He's an
Sam,
artist
you
at
could
work.
turn your earbud inside out on your right side, and you could
Okay.
you could hear it.
Yeah, try it again. Go ahead.
We'll
Play a sound.
Here, we'll give him a little.
Who was on crack?
Yep. All right. You hear that?
There you
Yep.
go.
Perfect. There we
Yeah.
go. We're good.
Perfect. We're good. We're ready to rock and roll. We got Noah Danke in the ball pit. We got Zone K-Dog, a.k.a. Carson Roggenberg in the ball pig. Guys, listen, this show is going to be driven by the fans. Really quickly, let's go around in all the leagues, cover all the balls, and see what everybody in the ball pit is up to tonight. Sam, where you want to start?
Sheesh, Mitch. I don't know. But why don't you ask yourself that?
Johnny, where you want to start?
I'm gonna start. I know exactly where to start. You know, once again, you know, we've talked about the Olympics past couple weeks on the show. And,
USA.
yeah, and you know, USA everything, and I have a talking point, quick talking point. I have a tweet that I actually tweeted out today, and it was an interesting one.
Was
So
that
let me just
your,
set it up.
Go ahead. That was your anti-Simone Biles tweet?
No, there was no anti-Simone Biles tweet on my Twitter, but I was seeing some competitive walk racing
Yes.
where people walk in a race, and it caught me off guard. And, the more I thought about it, and the more these crazy sports are in the Olympics, kind of got me a little upset. As a big video game player myself, very into esports, very into video games, I thought to myself, I go, so you're telling me competitive walk? So let's just pull up the tweet. Let's just pull up the tweet. This is exactly the tweet.
There's the tweet.
Someone wants to read that.
There is literally walk races in the Olympics, and you mean to tell me esports isn't in the Olympics yet? Question mark, question mark?
Absolutely. Now, I'd love to get everyone's input on this because I think it's a matter of time before esports are added into the Olympics, and I think it's just straight up blasphemy that there's walk racing in the Olympics, but not esports that will get like 10 times the viewership. So, I don't know, a talking point that we can go back and forth with. Curious to see your input.
Sam, I'll let you start. We'll go Sam and then see if Austin has a talking point on this, and then I'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I guess that is a pretty interesting talking point. Maybe in the future we would see that, but I would think with the people who would be in power, I don't even know who has a say over the Olympics, but the people who would be in power, like their way, it's just like too big of a generational gap for that to be implemented right now. But in a decade, maybe 2 decades, I think that's a...
See, I thought of that too, but when you think about it, so think of the same people that'll be like, oh, esports isn't a sport, whatever, whatever like older people would say about like things not being sports and different things. So you're telling me that same person is going to sit down and be like, oh yeah, we're going to have walk races in the Olympics. That's like total, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the same ridiculous like concept.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, speed walking is a ridiculous Olympic event. The other point I was going to bring
And
up...
no shade, by the way, to any walkers out there. I mean, I'm sure, it's difficult in its own right, but, it is a silly concept.
Yeah, I mean, you're...
No, it's not.
Incredible
Don't let them
feat.
flee. Don't let them flee. I mean, I walk every day.
Well, they've got, one of them has a gold medal and you don't. So
Well, tell me...
easy as that.
Okay, 2024 Olympics, I'm going to Paris for handball and walking.
Then you probably won't place. I don't think you'll make it out of Paris alive.
Is there a pool involved?
the other point I was going to bring up, though, it's probably like, they don't bring in American football into the Olympics because America would dominate every year. And in esports, you would have either Korea, Japan, or China is going to take home the gold.
That's not true.
Every year, maybe.
That's simply not true.
Oh, my. Geesh, Barone.
But see, I get that, Sam, but that's just simply not true, though.
Yeah, that was more satire. Yeah, what do you have the USA? But anyways, sorry, I was sending a text. Bad radio. I feel like you'd have the United States winning it. It's one of those sports where you need money. Right, you don't need any money to play soccer. You just need a soccer ball, and so you have, you have poorer countries, whatever. You have smaller countries competing in the Olympics where if you want esports in the Olympic, it's like it takes so much, it's so much time and practice where you'd have so many countries not in it. You'd have the United States, you'd have China, South Korea, you'd have these big countries.
I think it's like that for a lot of other sports and, less like things that people
but they
don't
can still
know
compete.
about.
They can still compete.
Everyone can still compete.
Right. Yeah. And I just,
Esports
can they?
is already worldwide, yeah.
Can they, though? Like,
They
do they
can.
have... I guess, yeah, it would be a lot of countries. I don't know.
So I have 2 points.
2 points.
One small point. So
Let's hear it.
first off, the speed walkers. Have you guys ever seen them walk?
Oh, I've seen all of them, and I saw
you-
one guy on Barstool Sports go right to the shitter.
It's like plug walk.
No, some of those guys,
Dude, it's exactly that.
some of those guys can walk faster than.
That's all it is.
No,
than all
like
of
I
us
said
can
before,
run.
I don't want to hate.
No,
like
there's
I'm
no,
sure
there's-
it's difficult.
No, there's no hate. Some of those guys can walk faster than I can run, and that's kind of a scary.
But
concept.
but here's the thing. How is that considered running that? Like, where do you draw the line? Do you have to have a radar gun and say...
You read the rules. You're not supposed to have a foot up or both feet up. You can have one foot up, the other one has to be on the ground, but there's a little bit of gap. So I don't know if that's considered walking anymore because both feet are off the ground, but still.
This is horseshit.
Yeah,
This is
hey.
look, leave it to Japan
Like
or
I
Tokyo
said,
or whatever damn country the Olympics are in this year. Leave it to that country. Well, of course that's happening.
Could you
over there.
imagine, though, just like doing a jog around your neighborhood and here comes this guy, like he's clearly like speed walking, but he's blowing by you? It'd be like, it would be unbelievable.
What do you think their mile time is?
I don't know,
It's
but
like 6 minutes.
I would turn around and go home.
So me running a mile in like
It's not 6
it's-
minutes.
dude,
eight-
dude.
look
There's,
it up.
there's no
Look
way.
it up.
There's literally
Look it
no
up.
way you can consider that walking.
That's
There-
what I'm saying, though. In the rule book, it's walking. So
That's horseshit.
you have to have like
listen,
both
I'm-
feet on the ground or something like that. Like,
I'm not fast whatsoever.
not for competitive.
or one
I'm a
foot
big,
on the
I'm a
ground.
big dude. I'm not fast whatsoever, but I can run a mile. For a guy my size, I've
9-10 minutes.
no, I've ran an 8:17 mile before.
All right, I got you.
You're telling me a guy can walk and finish 2 minutes ahead of me in a mile?
I want some statistics.
That's horseshit. There's no way that's possible.
tortoise beats the hare.
Okay, my second point.
Okay, go ahead. Your second point. I'm sorry.
Back to the Olympics, esports. I think the whole point of the Olympics was, for physical sports, and I think that there's a lot more physical sports out there that need to come in. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of underwater field hockey, but
Oh, yeah.
supposedly that's a thing as well.
Yes.
And is not being implemented, and I think that's horseshit. So, yeah.
I've never heard of that. I'm not a big Olympic guy. I've watched absolutely zero events.
Why don't you go hang in North Korea then?
Yeah.
Communist.
I as much as I've heard about North Korea, I would hate to live there. And I feel sorry for those people that they have to live through that punishment. So, if you have to complain about America today, why don't you go consider living in North Korea and then come back to me with that complaint and we'll talk it over.
I agree. Now to my points. Honestly, I've had an opinion on esports for a while now. That being because my brother is very intense into gaming. So are you, Gianni. Husky Oz, OZ. Doesn't really matter what.
Absolutely.
Doink.
Papa Doink.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to mute. I don't know whose mic. I'm gonna mute yours right now, Sam. I think it's causing some interference. Now you're muted. You're muted now. Honestly, I think esports should be considered an Olympic sport. Maybe not right now. Probably a little too soon to push it. You got to remember these Olympics were supposed to happen last year before somebody decided to eat a damn bat. But now you look at it now. There are colleges in the country that you can get scholarships for playing video games. You can make a living off video game playing. And you know what? I understand that there's no touch or the fastest typer Olympics in the world. I understand there's no who's the best sales call Olympic championship in the world, but at this rate, you might as well add it if we're going to include freaking power walking.
Sales call.
But this is BS.
And here's the thing too, you know, the whole like debate on like a big thing about esports is like, oh, it's like not a sport. It's considered a sport by the United States of America and to the world. Like people, you take like there are literally athletic visas to play and go to other countries, you know, without actually being a member of that country. You know, they're athletic visas that basketball players, football players, all these people get when they go overseas and they play in different countries. So technically, like federally and internationally, esports is a real sport. So like that shouldn't even be, you know, that shouldn't even be a thing, because technically to the rule book, it is a sport. So, you know, I agree with you, Mitch. Obviously, like this year, esports being in there is probably a stretch. But, you know, as well, people will realize as ratings start to go down, at some point, Olympics is going to have to get hip with the program and add esports in. And, you know, I guarantee the first year that esports is in, ratings will skyrocket.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry to cut you off, but I mean, how many people already tune into Twitch to watch people play? How many people spend their own hard-earned money to pay people to watch their gameplay?
Well, why doesn't esports or whoever, one of these big corporations, Twitch, whoever, make their own esports Olympics? Because then, like, when you're messing with the Olympics, like, that's an organization that's been hundreds and hundreds and, you know, historically forever. And you have so many different video games. It's like, well, where do you draw the line? You have CSGO, you have Rocket League, Overwatch, you know, so many different flavors where you almost need that overarching thing. Like, okay, here we go. And that'd be great. Why does an American company do that? Or, you know, Japan, whoever, and they can have it there. You have all these gamers coming in, you know, forget covered, forget all that. At whatever point, I feel like that's what it's going to take. Maybe you have the Olympics, but then it's going to get tainted. Like, it's like, okay, then you only have
Here's
this
my
video
counterpoint to that is, you know, you think of esports as like this big thing, right? There's so many games. What is, you know, well, what is sports then? You say sports, there's a million different branches of technically different video games. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's all these different branches of different sports. And it's the same as saying, oh, esports, well, it has all these games. How are you going to play all the games? Well, they're already playing all the sports. And to the Olympics, the people still have tried to do, they're more called like World Cups in video games and stuff like that. And, you know, people do it and they're cool. But you can't really replicate the Olympics. You know what I mean? Like the Olympics is such a big thing. Like I just don't think you can replicate the Olympics. When it gets to that kind of stage, it's just like another feeling, if that makes any sense of, you know, the Olympics are just different.
It makes sense. And I think ultimately it just goes to prove how further more advanced the United States of America is compared to other countries. I think that's all that's holding it back. We've seen other people from other countries come over here and compete for awards, championships, whether it was Fortnite was a big one. COD, I mean, I don't know what all the sports are, what all the video games are, esports are that hold championships, but Fortnite's one that comes to mind. I know Madden is one that has like an end of the year championship. I'm sure that like Rocket League, maybe Sam is another one that has something like that. But either way, ultimately, it's where this generation is going. And I think it's going to need to be recognized in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not by 2024 in Paris, but where's the 2028 Olympics or where's the 2032 Olympics? I don't know. They usually plan out the Olympics in 12 years, right?
I've got no clue.
I believe
it's
20
a few years.
Well, you have to give them at least 8 years to be able to build.
Yeah.
So I don't know if 2032 has been announced yet, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on. Either way, shout out to the USA women's basketball. Your UConn ladies are just absolutely showing out right now. Go figure. There's no surprise to us. Katie Lou Samuelson, absolute baller.
Thought she had COVID. She must be back.
I believe she's
paying
back.
attention. So go Huskies. What a program.
USA men's basketball, who everybody was shitting on, is back in the gold medal game tomorrow or Saturday. I'm sorry, I believe at 11:30 a.m. against France. Team they lost to the first game. Hopefully they can stop.
They'll beat them by 100.
Almighty Evan Fournier and Nicholas Batum. USA baseball.
Rudy Gobert though too, right?
Yeah, well, I don't
He's
care
a
about Rudy.
Frenchman.
He is. USA baseball back in the gold medal game.
Okay.
We've already seen a lot of swimmers, pole vaulters, sprinters, hurdlers. The USA is putting on a show again. I don't think it was how they wanted to start, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And right now, USA is showing once again that they are the superior country when it comes to athletes. Did you know, though, guys, all three of you, like, if you win a gold medal for a certain country, you get paid X amount of dollars. If you are in a certain country that requires service time, if you win a gold medal, you are exempt from service time. Do you know how much you get in the U.S. if you win a gold medal?
$37,500.
Do you know how much some people are getting in other countries if they win a gold medal? No. Almost $1 million.
Holy shit.
I did see something.
And you're right, it's $37,500 for the U.S., but it's $1 million cap. So Michael Phelps a few years ago, who won 8 gold medals, he didn't get paid after he hit over $1 million. That's a crime.
Is this per Olympic like event, or is this like every 4 years they get $1 million kind of thing?
I believe it's every 4 years. Yeah, every Olympic is $1 million maximum, and a U.S. Olympian can earn. More so the sprinters, the swimmers that compete, and like Simone Biles, gymnast, she competed in team and solo. Now we know she stepped away for mental health reasons.
She's back now, though.
She is back. She medaled in the balance beam.
Bronze.
Actually.
Good
Bronze.
for her.
Yeah, hell of a job by Simone Biles. But isn't that crazy that we are touted as the best country in the world? We hold that, we say that over here, and sometimes you wonder if it's debatable. Yeah, I agree. $37,500 for people that spend 4 years or more. Some people spend their entire lives getting ready for this moment.
Absolutely.
And they don't get a salary.
Yeah, I mean, go figure. The United States not really looking out for the best of their citizens. But I don't know if if you're an Olympic athlete, everything is given to you. To my knowledge, I don't know if they have to pay for like any supplements or their trainers. And you could argue it's the best in the world. So that side of it's pretty cool. But to not be paid at all, that's almost like too NCAA-ish with college athletes to me, which is changing. So hopefully we'll see a change to that. But I don't think the United States government just wants to give out more money than they are already doing. So, smaller countries can afford it. We're quite a big country with quite porous system. So who knows?
Who knows? But, at the end of the day, I think esports should be in the Olympics, but we can move on to some NFL or something different.
Well, how about we move on to the NFL?
Let's do it.
You want to move on to the NFL?
Sure.
Let's go ahead. And by the way, we have talked. We will be having a Cover Your Balls Fantasy Football League. If you want to be a part of the Cover Your Fantasy Football League, tweet at us at CYBPod right now with the hashtag #AllIn.
Ooh.
If you want to be part of it. Okay, did we decide 10 or 12 team league?
Hashtag all in. We'll do a 10-man league.
All right, we need seven spots filled. So if you're out there in the ball pit and you want to be a part of it, add us at the CYB pod, hashtag all in. Go ahead and claim your spot, claim your team name, claim the player that you want to draft.
Yes.
That's ultimately going to help you finish in like second or third place because one of us three is going to win, and it's just going to be hilarious that you think you have a shot.
We haven't figured out all the dates yet and stuff like that for the league, but we have decided that we're going to be live streaming the whole draft, like the whole event.
Yes.
So it's going to be like a whole thing. So that should be super fun.
And all you have to do for the draft is cover your balls. You can show up in a no shirt, no shorts.
That'd be good for the
no
for the
socks
brand,
it's for the brand. It's Ferda. Just underwear, boxers, cup.
Come naked. I
Well,
couldn't
no,
care
cover
less.
your balls. Cover your balls. We cannot live stream that.
You come naked and you cover your balls with your hands. But then you'd only have, that'd be tough for the draft.
Exactly. I don't know how you're going to draft with no hands. So, be smart, worry about it, and don't be like Justin Bieber. Okay?
Yes.
Let's not be like Justin Bieber. Let's talk NFL right now.
It's almost winter. Cocks in, boys.
Don't you dare wish away the summer. You want to talk about our Cleveland Browns? Gianni, you want to lead off with the Rams, or we want to go around the league?
I'll talk about the Rams for a brief
All right,
second.
go ahead and talk about the St. Louis Rams.
As most people know, I'm a big Rams fan. Always have been. Always will be. Obviously training camp's been going on. I've been, paying attention a little bit to what's been going on, how my team's doing. Just as every other training camp team, nothing ever really goes wrong. But, it seems like everything's going good right now. Obviously, Cam Akers is out, which sucks. We got some pretty good backups that are ready to step up, and it seems like our new QB's fitting in pretty well. We saw him in a little team-on-team scrimmage, so that's good to see. But that's it for the Rams report. Not a whole lot going on. How are Brownies doing?
Oh my God!
Man, we got dogs.
We got dogs.
Yes. Hey, just a quick shout out to Larry and the family out in the car. Hey, Larry and the fam, glad you're tuning in.
Shout out to Larry, assistant coach this year. Shout out to B, Braden and Bree.
Josh Gordon and Johnny Manziel.
I am not sure what was going on with the mics tonight. Budget cuts over here. COVID just really killed the budget. It's just ridiculous. At this rate, Gianni or Sam isn't going to be back next episode if we have to keep having budget cuts. So,
jeez.
No, let's talk Browns right now. Apparently, the name that's impressed the most: Donovan Peoples-Jones on offense, Jadeveon Clowney on defense. Sam, are you buying that both look phenomenal right now, or are you selling since it's only day 3 of training camp?
You can only be too optimistic, and it's just like then you start to get a little worried. But I'm still all in. DPJ, he looked excellent at the end of last year. Looked like someone who's really about to bloom into, I don't know, maybe a superstar, or just a really, really solid NFL wide receiver. And now you had that Urban Meyer quote circulating where if he had Donovan Peoples-Jones, he would be a top 10 draft pick. And he was the number 1 recruit, right?
He was up there. I don't know if he was
super high ranking.
But think about it this way: you go to a school like that team up north, you get absolutely no coaching. You actually probably get your talent wasted. You don't know how to play football anymore, and this is what happens. You drop to the 6th round.
Yeah, Mitch. I don't know if you. I believe I sent you a tweet, and it was just a Michigan fan forum, and they have already given up hope. It's already lost in the column for the Michigan fans. I feel bad for Michigan fans. I really do. And that's why I say I want Michigan to beat Ohio State, or at least maybe, cover the spread, lose by 3, lose by 7. But it's sad. It is really sad how Michigan fans have just completely given up hope. It's not been a rivalry. And I know how you feel. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I really do know how you feel. You didn't have Jadeveon Clowney saying, he started his career with the worst injury, which is a microfracture. So I guess a microfracture just gets more macro and macro as you go on. I'm not a doctor.
I'm not either.
By any means. I'm a self-proclaimed. Anyways.
You used to have a really good Twitter, but we all know how that went.
Yeah. So after I lost my Twitter, I'm just I'm a forgotten man. I'm not sure what to do with myself. This whole radio personality is dead. I'm just my normal human being now. If Jadeveon Clowney is anything what I imagine him to be, and he's alongside Myles Garrett, we're going to have a Super Bowl team, and I just don't know what else to say. That's how I feel. And again, I'm going all in. It's Super Bowl or bust for me. We've got a guest coming in, supporting an ESPN Cleveland shirt, so that's great.
Got a little dirty. It was a rough day.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking here. I like what you said there.
Yes.
I'm going to actually counter what you said, though.
Maybe pull up that Nordic trackball.
Or you can just stand in the background if you'd like.
I'll just.
Oh, you sit right there. We'll have you come on here shortly. We have another guest in the house tonight inside the Cover Your Balls Balla studio. I buy the hype of DPJ because we know that the talent's always been there. He just couldn't get coached correctly. And that's ultimately what happens when you hire Jim Harbaugh as your head coach at Michigan. I know that you and I are Ohio State fans. Barone, I believe you're an Ohio State fan. Gianni, Ohio State fan?
Oh, yeah.
Kyle's an Ohio State fan. In fact, he was an Ohio State player almost.
Yes.
And we had a party when they extended Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
What a great day. Two points first. Who covers the spread better? Akron at Ohio State, I believe, in week 3, or Ohio State at Michigan in the final week of the college football season?
You go with that heavy underdog every time. You see a team's like plus 42 in the Vegas line. You smash that plus 42 line. They're losing by 35, 37.
Maybe even 41.
It's going to be a close game for about a half a quarter. Heavy underdogs. That's a fun thing to do. And then whenever I take it, they end up losing by like 50 in a heartbreaking fashion. The coach, it's like 4th and 10, 2 minutes to go, and the team that's up by 45 has the ball. They're like, let's just go for it, and they score a touchdown. So that's how usually goes if you're a gambler out there.
It's a rough day right now. But so to my second point, I buy the DPJ hype. I don't buy the Clowney hype. It's camp, and come on, he's going up against Jack Conklin. You think Jack Conklin's coming out here the first week of the season going balls to the wall blocking? Hell no, he's all pro. He's first team. He doesn't need to prove anything. He's coming out here going through the motions. Jadeveon Clowney's in the backfield. Oh, he'd have 20 sacks if he could sack the quarterback. Well, I think Baker knows he can't sack the quarterback, so he stands back there and still passes in the pocket. I hope Clowney's the real deal. You really got to stop kicking that over. This is like a party foul. It's like the second time.
Who cares?
I do. It's offensive to water bottles everywhere. Okay. Listen, I don't think Clowney is. I hope Clowney stays healthy. That's the biggest question for me, though. And we'll see what happens there. All I know is,
Man, we got dogs.
we got dogs. If you ask me what the Browns' record is, don't ask me, though, because I'm very negative because I don't buy in until they prove me wrong. The caller from Oklahoma, you need to chill the hell out, sir. We haven't even opened the phone lines yet. At this point, we might as well open the phone lines, though, shouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Unless we want to introduce our guests.
I was thinking we'd have a segment for our guests. I think we need to clear the air.
Okay,
he's
sure.
he's finally going to show his face.
Sure. Yes.
He's never called in, I don't think.
Yes.
So we're going to talk to him here shortly. Barone, are you excited for the Browns season?
I am very excited for the Brown season.
Talking to the mic.
You can't hear me if I don't talk.
No, we can hear you.
It's better if you talk into the mic.
I'm very excited for the Brown season. Even though I'm moving to South Carolina, I'm definitely excited to watch from down there. So
Now, Barone, before we let you sit back and away from the mic, people are actually on the edge of their seat wanting to know. Are you rooting for Clemson when you move down there, or are you rooting for the Cocks, as in the South Carolina Gamecocks?
Oh, go Gamecocks, baby!
You're all over the Cocks.
No.
Yeah,
Go Cox.
I'll always be an Ohio State fan, but you got to move down there. You got to pick up at least another team. They might not be Ohio State, but
I feel like college is so regional. Just root for the team that you're closest to.
well, I will always be an Ohio State fan at heart.
That's why I root for the Akron Zips, baby.
That's your mistake.
Well, they're closer than Kent.
Again, that's your mistake.
Go on, DC Falcons. All right, you know what? Screw it. There's so much we can talk about. Just open the phone lines. I got people texting 330-417-4309, the Cover Your Ball hotline. Brought to you by absolutely nobody because nobody's sponsored the show yet. Could be you. Manscaped could be you. I actually was using Manscaped yesterday, taking care of my lawn.
And it sucked.
What do you mean it sucked? How the hell would you know?
And Manscaped sucks unless you want to sponsor the show. That's what we'll do. We'll just keep on bashing. We'll just keep on bashing the company's name.
Christie's Cabaret. Absolute
Yes.
horseshit establishment.
Yes. Heard there was a shooting there a couple months
true.
ago.
That
So
is true.
there
There
was.
was.
So
There-
wow. Great job, Christie's Cabaret. You're a really outstanding establishment. Why didn't you go fuck yourselves, Christie's Cabaret? Why doesn't where's our caller?
Yeah, I don't know. Our callers have been slacking recently. 330-417-4309.
I feel like we get more people calling in before we.
Before we open the phone lines.
Why don't we just start the show off with opening the phone lines then? What I was going to say is actually, speaking of potential sponsors, I bought Dr. Scholl's. It's a almost like.
Well, can you hold your Dr. Scholl's comment, please? Because right now we go live to the Cover Your Ball hotlines to Reed Wyatt in Oklahoma City.
Open up your thing so you can hear it from.
Reed.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, Reed, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's just Wyatt. Reed's the last name.
Oh, I'm sorry, Wyatt. So Wyatt Reed in Oklahoma City. Wyatt, how you doing?
Doing good, man. How are y'all doing today?
Doing well, Sam.
Excellent.
What do you got for us?
Well, I was just calling because I've been kind of having some debates with my boss
Okay.
about receivers in the league,
Okay.
and he claims that Odell is still a top 10 receiver. And I put him in my rankings below Kenny Galladay, just below.
As in Kenny Galladay, the one that left the field the other day for the Giants, and then a fight broke out?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you name us your top 10, and we'll get Sam's reaction. I can tell steam's already coming out of his ears.
Okay. So top 10, no specific order.
Okay.
Adams, Tyreek, D-Hop, Calvin, as in Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I put Justin Jefferson and Thielen both in my top 10, but
Okay.
Thielen's kind of fallen off a little bit. Or I expect him to fall off at least. And then, after that, Diggs. And
You got Lockett.
I wouldn't say Lockett. I probably put Metcalf over Lockett.
Okay. I think in terms of people who are better than OBJ, I don't know if I put OBJ in my top 25. I mean, he hasn't really done anything. He hasn't really done anything at all since he's joined the Cleveland Browns. You know, let's be honest. I root for him. I hope he does well, but I don't know where I'd rank OBJ in terms of potential. Definitely top 15, but
I agree, man. Like he, I was asking my boss earlier. His name's Noah. He's kind of a know-it-all whenever it comes to the Browns.
That name sounds familiar from Oklahoma City. Terrible caller.
Yeah.
pedophile. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He thinks Odell's one of the greatest, but like I agree. When he was on the Giants, he had 3 Pro Bowl seasons, and then how many has he had since he's been on the Browns?
Right.
I
0.
think I know Mitch and Sam have heard me talk about this before. I think OBJ is a really interesting talking point because I say it all the time. If you remember from last year's Browns, the Browns were okay to start the season, nothing too special, nothing too crazy. OBJ got hurt, and then they started to play extremely well.
Exactly.
I thought that he was kind of a weakness in some set, that Baker felt like he needed to throw him the ball. Even maybe if he wasn't urging him to, Baker just felt like he needed to throw it to his star player more. And when he didn't have to worry about that pressure, he was ultimately more comfortable in the pocket. So I think OBJ is a really interesting talking point for the Browns on if he makes them better or not. Because, having a star player like that isn't always the answer. So I think it brings up a good point.
Well, cool. I appreciate that insight there.
Yeah.
Hope Noah's listening.
I hope Noah is too. But why? Before we let you go, I do need to ask. According to multiple sources, it has been confirmed you are a New York Giants fan. Is that correct?
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Okay. And so now the people in the ball pit want to know: would you take Saquon Barkley or Nick Chubb?
The people want to hear about that, huh?
Yes, the people. Apparently, the people out in Oklahoma City are on the edge of their seats. They are already at the window trying to cash their ticket for what they believed you'd say. So why don't you tell the people?
We
they want to
talking
know?
fantasy?
Oh no, we're talking to build you. Right now in the NFL today. What running back would you have?
Okay. All right. So if I could have like a great offensive line like the Browns, Saquon any day. But if I'm just saying any, bottom tier offensive line like some team like the Giants, I'd probably take Chubb because he's just a better runner.
How do you feel about that, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know if I disagree. I haven't really seen much of Saquon. Kind of injury prone. We'll see how he comes back off that ACL injury. You know what, Wyatt? We're going to thank you for the call. Great first call. It was great to have in. We wish you well. Good luck with Freddie Kitchens. He's is he still on the Giants? Freddie Kitchens?
I believe he's like the
Yeah,
offensive
tight end
assistant.
coach.
Okay,
Tight end coach.
great.
Oh,
Yeah,
tight end coach.
we're glad you kept them around. So expect big things out of your Giants this year. You got Danny Dimes under the pile. I can only imagine that Kenny Galladay signing will go really well.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah,
We've got Noah from Oklahoma City calling right now to have a little retort to you.
All right,
Wyatt. So
Wyatt,
thanks again.
We appreciate you for the call.
I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Wyatt. Man, we go right back to Oklahoma City now. We thank Wyatt for the call, and now we welcome in Noah from Oklahoma City. Noah.
Hey,
wow.
long-time caller, first-time listener.
All right, Noah. Welcome in. Noah, what's popping out there in OKC right now? We just heard from Wyatt. How are you?
It's going great. After the NBA draft, a lot of international people moving over here, but I'm making the prediction now. Thunder and 6 in the finals this year. It's going to happen. SGA decided the max contract.
Yes.
So we're back. This team is probably better than when they had Durant, Harden, and Westbrook.
Oh,
Wow.
Very bold take.
That's a really bold take.
Sam, do you agree with that
The
take?
city's popping.
No.
Yeah,
But I had a couple quick questions. One statement. This is Heckman's first time ever listening to the podcast.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is Kyle. It is Kyle Hickman's first time ever listening to the podcast, and he actually has a front row seat to it tonight. I didn't mean to spoil our guest, but the world will be introduced to Kyle Hickman here shortly.
Must be. I mean, no better way to watch your first Cover Your Ball show than live and in person. But
I would-
Heckman,
Can you argue with that? Yeah.
Talk to him.
You can't talk to him.
go fuck yourself.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
Jeez.
listen, this is not a fighting podcast.
This is one-sided.
You know, I want to put a little topic on your hands. We were talking about DPJ a couple minutes ago.
Okay.
Do you know what Baker's QBR was when he targeted DPJ?
DPJ?
DPJ.
DPJ.
That's what
Yeah,
he's saying.
sure.
He's saying DPJ.
You know what his QBR was?
85.7.
No.
It was whatever a perfect is. Whatever he targeted DPJ, it was perfect every time,
Wow.
every game.
You know, maybe
So
first you call God and then you call DPJ. I don't know. Maybe
move
another.
over Higgins and
maybe
step
another.
in DPJ.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Higgins ends up being the last receiver on the roster. I think they'll cut Kadero Hodges. Unfortunately, I think they'll cut just about everybody except for Schwartz, Higgins, and then the three that you got.
I think JoJo Natson will be cut.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Kadero Hodge.
Yeah, unfortunately, I love Hodge. Yeah, thanks for cutting me off there, Mitch. But
Sorry,
yeah, I
wrong
love
guy.
Hodge. Damn, here that goes.
We're talking
Bo.
about the Olympics a little bit. If you have 30 days to train an Olympic sport to win gold, what sport are you guys all taking?
30 days to train to win an Olympic gold medal. What sport am I going with?
Well, we'll give you 4 years. We'll give you a break in between. We'll give you the 4 years till the next Olympics.
4
Jeez.
years. 4 years till the next Olympics. So 2024. Actually, it's like 3 years now.
I'd probably I'm doing esports, and I'll tell you what I'm doing the game Fall Guys. If you guys ever seen that, what I'll do is I'll make it to the finals, but I'll never win. So it's a bit of a dying game.
It is true. Sam might be the greatest get to the finals person in Fall Guy history. I don't think I've ever seen you.
I
win it,
don't
though.
do well under pressure. I'm a big crack under pressure, but I'll get you there. You're going to need somebody else in the finals, though. It's just not me. I'll take you all the way to the finish line, but not me. I won't get you over that finish line. So, ladies, take that as you will. But
Jeez. Austin, what sport you had till the next Olympics to train for? What
Was this only esports?
No. Any
Okay.
sport,
No,
any
all right.
Olympic sport.
Any
I
Olympic
would
sport.
fence. I think I'd be great at fencing. Getting with a blade, I feel like I could stab somebody pretty well, and my fight or flight reflex, I feel like I'd flight pretty well. So, yeah.
flight,
Yep.
you run.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting. Gianni is currently off mic. Gianni, you can tell me what you'd say though. I know, unless you want your mic unmuted.
Here we gotta stay there. We got our guest right here. I think we'd have to go with our handball boys.
I was gonna say
think Mitch and I are
handball.
going handball all the way. I think it's a fantastic choice. How about our guest? Here?
Okay, so this is a little known fact, but I was actually a second and a half from qualifying for the 100-meter freestyle at nationals when I was 9 years old. So that's gonna have to be my go-to.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Oh, okay.
You ain't touching yourself.
How far did you say off? What was it?
Second and a half.
A second and a half.
Yep.
Okay.
You're an idiot.
I was just
You're an
clarifying.
idiot.
Go ahead, caller again. Tell him what you did. You say he is Michael Phelps or he's not Michael Phelps?
He's not Michael Phelps.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
You know who he is? Who's the guy that did the fake robbery? Ryan
Ryan
Lochte.
Lochte?
Yes, we've got a real Ryan Lochte here in the studio.
Yeah, we got Ryan Lochte. So for those watching right now live, could be 0 of you, could be 10 of you, could be I don't know how many of you.
Looks like we got
69.
logical banging in the chat, so
Logical banging.
which is a good thing to do with your life, I guess.
Logical banging. No, I'm glad we have you on here. We got to get you off though because we have other people trying to call in.
Yes.
You can't hog the phone.
Well,
line.
I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you with one last statement, then I'll get off. I'd like to get some reimbursement for marketing you guys down here in Oklahoma City. You guys know my address. You have my location, so I'll be expecting a check in the mail.
Yeah,
Well, Noah,
no,
actually,
thank you.
Noah, before you go, logical banging is in the chat. They actually said that you said the Browns are going 3-14 this upcoming season. Do you care to elaborate on that?
You got to set low expectations.
I agree.
Back when we traded for Odell, I think all of us, including all 5 of you guys in that room, Super Bowl 10-6, this and that. You got to set the bar low because that season was worse than the 0-16 season, and I'm not getting my hopes up.
I completely agree.
Definitely, so get your hopes up real high. The Browns are not going to let you down this year. I hate to disappoint you, but we're going to the Super Bowl and we're going to win it.
I'll let you guys get it.
Thank you, everybody.
Cole, since Heckman is watching the show, I won't tell him, but Cole, you can go talk.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Well, you know what? He has ended the call, but I'd like to say something.
Oh, here we go.
Here's the thing. I am not a first-time listener. I've been in the ball pit several times, even from the work truck. While I'm working, I'm supporting the boys over here in the ball pit.
Respect. Actually, before you go further, do you care to elaborate where you work? Sam does not classify or disclose where he works from. Do you want to disclose where you work or
no?
Not?
Just for legal reasons, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead. Your next point, please.
Okay, my next point. When you guys were on Spotify, I was a weekly listener as well. Always tuned in. It was something to get me through my day at work.
I wish we could figure out the Spotify.
Now we're off Spotify.
Well, we're gonna figure it out. You know what? Now,
but we just need to do
well, it's just weird. Spotify is some weird platform right now, but
you tell somebody not to get the vaccine one time, and Spotify's you're done, you're finished. So,
apparently you tweet that you want to end COVID-19, they suspend your Twitter account.
Yeah, I don't know. Twitter, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm no longer an affiliate, and I won't come back. I'm going to Parler. Where my views will be accepted. So
Parler back on the App Store.
I don't know. I'm not on Parler, so
he's going to Parler. Get it right. He's not there yet. He's going.
Not there yet. I'm testing the waters.
All right. So before we have a next caller call in, do you need to clear the air right now with Kyle?
Yeah. So I'm getting. That brings me back to Dr. Scholl's. Dr. Scholl's. I'm doing the formula number 2, and it's a colon cleanser. I've yet to try it. I've heard it does wonders. One review I had, they told me that gum they swallowed when they were a child came out of their body, out of their bowels because of Dr. Scholl's formula number 2. My coworker and I, we both purchased. Mine, I believe, is waiting for me at my house. His will be on the way shortly. I'm gonna wait till I have the weekend off. I don't want to be pooping mid-work day. That's not going to be good for business. That's only going to bog you down. It's going to ruin the rest of your day, especially for somebody who moves around a lot while they're working. If you have a wet ass, a little bit of fecal matter left in your butt, you're not going to have a good day. You're going to wish you had some dude wipes. So, dude wipes again, or Charmin Ultra. Yeah, Charmin Ultra Strong.
The plugs are immaculate.
You
right
have the lumberjack. I think that's Bounty, but that might be paper towels. But if you're in a pinch, maybe you wipe your butt with paper towels.
You did that yourself.
Jeez, I mean, that wasn't that good of a joke, but thanks, Mitch, for laughing at that. But no, Kyle is not the, the boss I was referring to earlier, who I called a horrible boss. If I had a chance, I would murder them in cold blood. Doesn't happen to be the person that's in the room.
Oh, okay.
That would be a different boss I was talking about.
Good to know.
Yeah.
As of tomorrow, it's just me.
Yes.
What do you have any comments about his dog?
Yeah, and like I said, I wish Ash Heckman well. I don't think Kyle he doesn't know what to defend. He's been getting talked about on the show by a few people on the show, and I'm not going to name any names, but you should go back and listen.
I'll give it a listen.
Yeah.
Last few weeks have been rough. I haven't been able to tune in live. Been stuck at the office late, but
Shush.
I'll go back and listen because I want to hear this slander.
There's been plenty of slander, all right.
Let me just say this: Ash Heckman is a saint.
Yes, that is his dog that everyone knows and loves, Cavalier. And you got them. You got him from a puppy mill, correct?
It was not a puppy mill. It was a breeder, and he was in puppy mill.
Okay, a breeder. That's great. So he says shop, don't adopt. You're actually looking to end dog pounds, correctly? You're against the Humane Society and shelters such as that. Would you care to touch on that more, or?
So that's by no way true.
Okay.
The whole reason we went to a breeder, normally, I was always a pound man myself, got all our dogs there. But this breed, you just can't get them at the pound, and that's what we were looking for at the time.
Okay, all right. I didn't know that. Are we expecting any more callers here, Mitch? What's going on?
I have no idea what's going on with callers right now.
I'm not a very good host, so. Mitch, I cannot. You got to help me out here. Mitch has asked me to ask you, Kyle, how Lily is. Lily Heckman, I believe she's dead. Mitch, that's sick. That is absolutely sick that you want to talk about dead dogs.
Why would you say something so off the wall like that?
Lily's dead.
She is dead, yes.
Yeah, she was living her final years out in Georgia. Nice warm weather, but she was going blind and deaf, having a lot of other medical issues. So after 16 years, she had to be put down.
Well, that's too bad.
For that, Mitch.
Yeah, we wish her well.
Say a word.
He typed it out on his cell phone. He didn't say a word. He had it typed it out. Ask how Lily is. I was like, who's Lily?
I was showing you a potential caller.
All right. This is getting out of hand.
Yes.
I think Gianni, the number one podcast producer, needs to come in and whip this show back into shape here. Got a little off the rails.
I agree.
A little off the rails. But you know that's okay sometimes. But we're here to bring it back on track. Mitch, what else do we got in store? What other sports can we talk about?
Oh, I kind of wanted to talk about the Madden ratings, actually.
Okay, but before anything, no one said it before, but the number on screen is the number you call into the Cover Your Balls podcast. So anyone in the ball pit right now who wants to call in and ask some questions in the ball pit, the number is on screen that you see. That's the number right there.
Who's the Zach W in the chat?
I don't know. Mitch, what we got in store before someone calls in?
Zach W is one of the kids I coach.
Shameless.
It's just, he has no taste in
so shameless.
This is ridiculous. He's going to be benched our first game next summer. There's no way around that.
He's the one that he got in trouble for elderly abuse, correct? Something about a nursing home incident. That was the Zach W you were telling me about?
I believe that was that
Sheesh.
Zach W, yeah. Only 15.
What
only
a
15
sicko.
years old.
What a sicko. 15 years old and he's harassing elderly. And we wish him well. We do wish you well, but Zach, you got to cut that off after the elder abuse.
Got to cut the shit, Zach. All right, here we go, boys. Let's talk about Madden ratings. There's been a lot of
Don't worry about it.
arguments. Actually,
Zach W, why don't you call into the podcast?
Zach W's number one enemy is actually a good friend of the show, Jake Pilata.
Okay.
Him and Jake Pilata do not get along well whatsoever. But hey, let's go ahead and talk Madden quarterback ratings. A lot of arguments have started. Sam will show you the list right here.
That's Deshaun Watson.
Number 1 overall, Patrick Mahomes. 2, Tom Brady. 3, Aaron Rodgers. 4, Russell Wilson. 5, Lamar Jackson. Do you have any issue with the top 5?
Yes. Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson at 5, definitely.
Okay. Gianni, do you have any issue with the top 5?
No, I don't think I do have any issue with the top 5. I think it's pretty properly rated.
Austin, do you have any issue with the top 5?
No.
Good answer. Now is where we get into a tricky situation. Here's 6 through 10. Deshaun Watson at number 6, Josh Allen at 7, Dak Prescott at 8, Ryan Tannehill at 9, Matt Ryan at 10. Sam, who is in the top 10 that should not be in the top 10?
Yeah. First of all, Deshaun Watson. I'm kind of intrigued on what's going on with Deshaun Watson. It kind of seems like the NFL is doing the classic. Well, the story came out. Let's sweep it under the rug, and we'll see.
Deshaun's 6th overall. He's a 90 overall.
Yeah, 90 overall. And with the with the sexual assault category, he is I think top 5. He's in the top 3 right now. He might even be number 1 overall. He's got his X factor. He's got 99 overall. So I don't know. I'm serious. I think that's kind of ridiculous. Maybe it's all fake. Maybe those women were lying. I hope not. I hope they were telling the truth. But but seriously, like the fact that Deshaun Watson's in there, a lot of kids play Madden. I don't know what example are we setting, but that's why we're going on the shitter. Dak Prescott, what did he do last year? Broke his ankle.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I don't think Dak Prescott even. I don't even think he should be in there. I honestly, I don't. A lot of hype around Dak Prescott. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback.
Because he plays for the most overrated team in the history of the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys, who haven't won
Madden's
shit
become
since the
so
90s.
Political. You've got Tom Brady at 97. He shouldn't be 97.
Yes, he should.
No, he's just not a 97 overall quarterback.
He's not a 97 overall.
Aaron
but-
Rodgers is a better quarterback.
Boys,
Come on.
Boys, halt the conversation. We go back to the Cover Your Balls hotline to Henry Johnson in Kentucky. Henry, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. On my way down to Lake Cumberland. Big weekend down here.
What do you got going on down there?
It's wrapped up. Wrapped up this weekend. Be about 1,400 boats. Booze will be flowing.
There you go.
Love it. Henry, before
Doing a fantasy draft, you said.
before we get to what you
Soccer.
called in about, have you seen the Madden rankings?
The what? The Madden ranking?
The Madden quarterback rankings.
Oh, yeah.
How do
And
you
I
feel
pay
about
attention to it a little bit.
How do you feel about the top 10?
He loves
I
it.
haven't really paid attention to it that close. Who's on the top 10?
All right, in order from 1 to 10. We got Mahomes, Brady, Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson at 6, Josh Allen at 7, Dak at 8, Ryan Tannehill 9, Matt Ryan at 10. How do you feel about that list?
I mean, I don't think Dak should be top 10.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, we said that.
We've all said that. How do you feel about Grandpa Matt Ryan being at number 10?
yeah, I don't think he should be there either.
And then
I mean, I think Tannehill and everybody else are probably about. I mean, I could consider them right where they need to be, maybe. But
In my opinion, I
mean, I
think Allen should be at 6. I think that's a good spot for him. I think 6 is right. Allen's at 7 right now.
yeah,
right?
I was at 7.
I think Allen should be at 6, in my opinion.
So who's your team down in Kentucky? You root for the Bengals?
yeah, I'm Bengals fan.
There you go. Things are looking up. You got where you got Joe Burrow? You got Burrow at a 99 overall.
I don't know. He's definitely not a 99. I'd like to think that, but it'd be fantastic if he was.
Might look at it.
I mean, I'm excited to see how he does this year. Be an exciting year.
Yeah, I wish you would have drafted a left tackle there instead of Jamar Chase. Maybe give him some protection, especially after tearing his ACL. But we'll see. So why'd you call in, Hank? Are you a follower of Noah Danke?
Yeah, I'm a friend of Noah
That
Danke. You said
shitbag?
you're waiting on a caller. You said you're waiting on a caller, and I got a long drive, so I was
Yes.
like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to call in.
How long
Got
of your
another
drive you
better
got
to do.
there, Hank?
We're probably about 30 minutes out right now, but it was about a 3-hour drive.
There you go. I always get I'll be honest. If I'm not driving, I would normally pop like a Bud Light, something like there, 30 minutes south to get the pre-beer flowing.
Oh, yeah. As soon as I see next gas station, I'm
Yes.
getting a nice cold Busch Light and cracking one open.
Are you more of a podcast guy? You a music guy when you're on the road trips?
We've been listening to music the whole time. We got a couple guys in the car, keeps the energy going. Got to listen to some music, but by myself, definitely podcast.
Excellent.
I feel it. Anything else before we let you go?
Go Bengals.
All right. We thank you for the call, Henry. And now we actually move along to Mark. Mark calling from Kentucky. Mark, welcome to Cover Your Balls.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Mark?
Oh, I'm doing great.
What's going on tonight, man?
Dude, what are we talking about? I got text message from Noah Sankey, and he
Yes.
fucking told me to call in.
Well, Mark, what we were just talking about before Henry called in, we were just talking about the Madden quarterback rankings, the top 10. You play Madden?
Oh, okay. That game's so ass. It hasn't been good since like Vixen on the cover.
Yes.
I agree. I agree. It isn't some coincidence that ever since Michael Vick was on the cover, the world's went downhill.
Hey, you got a point there.
I would say it was
Honestly,
trending downwards, then Harambe died, and since 2016, the world's been down the shitter.
hey, come on. That's a personal attack at Cincinnati. That kind of
Whoa,
hurts.
well, you actually have two of the biggest Harambe supporters on the phone line right now, besides me and Sam.
Are you just a little south of the border there, Mark?
Wait, what'd you say, man?
I said, are you just a little south of the border than there, Mark, in Kentucky?
Yeah, Northern Kentucky.
Okay, excellent. Yes,
I'm
yes.
good friends with Henry, actually.
Oh, excellent. Yes,
right.
great.
Are you participating in the where was
I think
Henry
they're
going?
doing I think Hank said something about a draft at a lake, but I'm not too sure.
I have no clue where he's going. I'm in Lexington right now.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to Lake Cumberland.
I've heard Lexington's. He's got the Cumberland Blues. I didn't know that. I've heard Lexington is absolutely gorgeous. Never been myself.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, I'm more of a Louisville guy myself.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That place is a shithole.
Oh yeah, I was up. Yeah, so it was. Long story short, apparently I think we rented something more in the ghettos of Louisville, Kentucky. But I enjoyed my time there. I snuck on the track at Churchill Downs. That was pretty cool. I had the Krispy Kreme. I think they've got rocking over there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're there for the Derby, that's definitely a good time. But that place is a shithole.
Yeah. It looked like it. It reminded me of like Cleveland in about 2005, 2006.
Yeah, Cleveland's a shithole too, man.
Oh, whoa,
All right, Mark.
All right, Mark. Since you had to go that far, I feel like I need to go out the heart a little bit. And how do you feel about Lionel Messi leaving?
Oh shit, dude! You know what? I could care less. I hope he goes to Arsenal
Yes.
because Arsenal we're winning the fucking league this year. Let's go, boys.
Are you calling it right now and cover your balls on Thursday, August? What's today's date? 5th. That Messi is going to Arsenal.
Arsenal. Come
All
on,
right.
Gunners.
We'll mark that down.
You've heard it here first. You've literally heard it here
Go
first.
Coys. Go Coys.
Oh, dude. Fuck you. Fuck Spurs.
Oh,
Okay, Mark. All right. Hey,
how
Mark.
could you hate on
We
Tottenham?
thank you for the call. We appreciate you. And, hey, call back in anytime.
Thanks, Mark.
Hey, thank you. Go Reds and Who Day, baby.
All right.
All right. Probably not. Probably
Yeah,
not.
keep
Thanks,
dreaming,
though.
Mark.
Yeah, keep dreaming, Mark. All right, Mark from Kentucky. Look at that. We're starting to expand.
Yeah,
We're into Kentucky.
I love Kentucky, so.
We were talking about the Madden rankings. Brandon Ranke has finally joined the ball pit. Better late than never, I guess.
Yes.
But he thinks he's like one of the top listeners. He's not. Brandon always claims that Deshaun Watson's this great, transcendent talent
He's
quarterback.
a big Deshaun Watson
He's
supporter, as
huge,
we know.
Which means,
Yeah.
Brandon, we also know Brandon Brone, since you're here and you're in the legal field. How do you feel about guys that support sexual predators?
I do not support anybody that supports sexual predators.
And so Brandon Ranke does. He says Deshaun Watson is still a top 5 quarterback in the league, loves Deshaun Watson. As we know, he's had 22 lawsuits against him right now for sexual misconduct, sexual harassment. What do you have to say about that?
Well, anybody that's got 22 lawsuits against them for sexual harassment, something's not adding up there.
Right. One or two, maybe they could be fake, but when it's 22.
Sure. Yeah, I think that might be a little too much.
Yeah. So Brandon Ranke says Deshaun Watson's top 5. My argument's always been, you look at some of these other quarterbacks, they go to teams that are shitty, and they make the team better automatically. Deshaun Watson wins, 4 games? 3 games? Oh, here he is, actually. About time. The fake fan of the year award, fake listener of the year award, will actually pass the headphones off to Austin Barone, our legal analyst here and Cover Your Balls. Brandon from the fake J-Town in
Real J-Town.
Ohio, fake J-Town. Thank you very much.
Fake J-Town.
And you also support a sexual predator. How you doing?
I just called in to clear my name tonight. That's the main reason for my call. So yeah, but I do have to say Watson's a top 5 quarterback, talent-wise, top 5.
He's obviously not. He's ranked 6th in the Madden rankings. So please tell me which one of the 5 ahead of him you'd put him over.
Well, I think I'm going to take him over Lamar Jackson as a quarterback standpoint.
That's wild because I don't think.
I don't know about
Does Deshaun Watson have an MVP award?
Tom Brady's top 5.
Ooh, that's
I
a
don't
good
think
point.
Tom Brady's top 5.
Does Deshaun Watson have an MVP award?
He does not.
Okay, that's what
He's
I thought.
also on a
Exactly.
terrible team.
It doesn't matter. He can't make anybody else around him better. Can't make anybody else around him better.
Okay.
Just saying. That's you can't deny that one.
I don't know. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins looks pretty good.
Yeah, and guess what? DeAndre Hopkins realized Deshaun Watson, one, is a sexual predator, and then also realized, he goes, damn, this dude's a certified bum. I got to get out of here.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's how that went. I mean, they traded him away for a pack of peanuts, basically. So
No, they traded him away for some NFL players. Nice try, though.
Speaking of sexual misconduct, doesn't a running back on the Browns have that?
Speaking of
Okay, here we
sexual
go.
misconduct.
Who?
Hey, nobody ever talks
I don't know,
about Joe
maybe a
Mixon.
running
That's
back
all
on
I
the
got.
Browns?
Nobody ever talks.
Maybe
Everybody
his
talks
name
about
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Everybody
Well,
talks about Kareem Hunt. I would love for everybody to go look up the Joe Mixon
what's so
video when
sexual
he
about
completely-
kicking? Kicking a woman who
Nothing.
deserved to be kicked. So.
Okay,
Christ,
okay.
all right.
Well,
You don't want to
she
get
did.
banned off
Yeah,
YouTube.
come
now,
on. You already
Sam.
got us in trouble on Twitter, not
She
YouTube
did.
now.
Well, I mean, in 2021, what do we rank? You know what?
Just saying, I'm not attacking your boy Mitch. I'm just saying, we're talking about
Charges were dropped.
Yep.
Charges were dropped.
Again,
Innocent.
I would like for Gianni to look up a Joe Mixon video in college. That is,
I'm
I
looking
think
forward
that
to
is
drafting
the
Joe
most
Mixon.
swept under the rug thing that ever
I'm
happened.
drafting
And
Joe
nobody
Mixon
ever
and Kareem
remembers
Hunt.
about it.
Brandon, random rapid fire question right now. Cody Parkey, Kareem Hunt. You need a kick to win the playoff game. Who you taking?
Cody Parkey's terrible. Got to go Kareem Hunt. I heard he has a 99 foul.
Who's the?
Oh,
Got it. All right.
Anyway.
Yes, I'm sorry. Fuck one, marry one, kill one. Oprah Winfrey. What's it? Rosie O'Donnell.
Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters or your wife?
oh God. Can I just pass on that? Can I have a different list? Is there a different list I can choose from?
No, that is. I don't even know who Barbara Walters is.
don't
So
know.
we'll give you Barbara Streisand. I think you go. You go fuck Streisand.
Yep.
Marry
My mom
your
is
significant
watching.
other. I don't know if
Oprah.
you're still.
You got to marry Oprah.
Yeah,
marry
your
Oprah.
significant
She's got
other,
the money.
and then you kill Oprah. So I don't know. I kind of get your
no. You
reasoning.
gotta-
You're kind of. I don't agree with it. But you're killing Oprah.
You have to marry Oprah. Marry Oprah.
You'd have to.
You got the most money.
You're gonna have to be Brandon Winfrey.
Did he just say Mary? Oprah?
He'd marry
If
Oprah,
you-
is what he said.
Who wouldn't?
What the hell's wrong with you?
I'd marry Oprah for the money. What you talking about?
Yeah, wait, why wouldn't you
Scumbag.
marry Oprah?
Scumbag.
I would marry
Yeah.
Oprah. It'd be great. I
Wait,
feel like
what? She's got more
Marry her
money
for
than
money.
God.
she'd probably be great as in Pillow Talk.
Aren't you
Such
married?
great.
Brandon, aren't you married? Isn't that like a thing now?
Not legally, no.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Great answer. Not legally. Great answer.
Yes.
Great answer.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to talk about, Brandon?
I just when I did tune in, I saw Barone deep into his phone. So does he have the wife? I'm just wondering. He looked a little bit pissed off.
Barone, I know you don't have headphones on right now. Brandon wants to know if you have a wife. He's concerned because you're very deep into your phone.
A wife? No. Single as a Pringle. My
He is single. Ladies, he's not really looking to mingle. If you're up here, he's getting ready to leave. But women,
Oh,
all the single women in
going?
Gamecock County down in South Carolina.
Charleston.
oh,
Bro, why didn't you give out your address? I don't know if you have one, but that's a great thing to do on the show. We'd love to hear it.
Great thing to do. My new roommates would love it.
Yes, yes. That's 123 Candy Cane Lane. It's about, it's got 814 here. We got Lisa Bala. Are those boob emojis?
Eye emojis.
That's
Sam, why don't you know what? Her and I actually had a very good talk today about episode 58 of Cover Your Balls, and maybe this is how we wrap it up.
Pass the peep.
All right, Brandon. All right, that's enough out of you over there.
what
you
is
know?
he saying?
Wait, what do you say?
I was just saying what happened the last episode.
Yes.
That's all I gotta say.
Yes,
That's our
yes.
big balls winner. Lisa
She
Bala.
was our big balls winner. Sam, we talked to her today. I talked to her today in the house. We talked about how her comment on Facebook about what you can say at dinner and in the bedroom and during sex. Her answer was more meat, please. I told her how this has sparked an outrage. You have now named your fantasy football team name More Meat, Please.
Yes.
Do you have any words for her as she's tuned in right now?
Yeah. Hey, Lisa Bala. Great to have you as a listener. Thank you for the inspiration. Can't wait to be a proud supporter of More Meat, Please.
Sounds like a
Throughout-
company.
So I was trying to actually think of some others. Tell me when. That's enough. This was a little raw.
I think, Sam, this should be a weekly name change on fantasy football. So week 1 you got one, week 2, and so on and so forth.
You
You
know,
just keep
I'm
changing
actually
everything.
known to do that, but I haven't had luck So far, we got another unknown caller.
Brandon, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to let you go. We have an unknown name from Patascala.
We gotta see what this.
We gotta see what this is, Brandon.
Or
Stay
woman.
tuned.
Have a good one, boys.
Or
Have a good one,
non-binary.
boys.
Yeah, whatever you want.
So we go back to the Cover Your Balls hotline. We go live. Oh, they hung up.
We got pranked. The best prank of all time.
Somebody just wanted Brandon off the line. That's what it was.
Damn, the hate for Brandon Ranke on the chat tonight is absurd.
I think that might be a good segue to the who has bigger balls candidate.
I agree.
Unfortunately, although we got a fair amount of people in the ball pit and we are having a lot of fun, Mitch and I do have another podcast to get on.
Yeah, we will be
We might
hopping.
have to wrap it up here soon.
We will be hopping on.
And I'll be tuning in. You can count on that.
We'll be hopping on the shooting.
I believe we have 2 videos to show, right?
We do have 2 videos. Sam, I don't think you had a contestant. Gianni, I know you didn't. Because of that, I went ahead and on my own, I nominated 2 people. I want you guys to vote on today. But
Banned
yes,
on
Gianni,
Twitter.
we are on the Shooting Straight Handball Pod tonight at 9:00 on their Twitch channel. Not sure. We'll tweet the link out on our Twitter.
Yeah.
If we're not suspended from Sam again. But Gianni, yes. So go ahead. Let's move in to the final segment.
Yeah, we'll get right into it.
Unknown.
Bigger balls.
We gotta give him another shot.
Hold on. Wait. We're in the bigger balls. We got another call though. We'll go right back to the hotline now. Unknown name in Northampton, Ohio. Caller, welcome to Cover.
God.
This is horse shit. They're pranking us.
Sheesh.
All right, the phone line is closed. Johnny, take the number off the screen. This is horse shit.
Cowards. Nothing but
Cancel the
cowards.
hotline.
All right, back to the final segment of the evening.
Who has bigger balls?
Who has bigger balls? Is it somebody in the state of Texas or somebody?
Oh my God.
Jeez, Mom, chill out.
We can give it to Lisa next time.
Apparently, we're not even going to go with our contestants tonight. Lisa has won back-to-back bigger balls of the week.
Wow.
This is incredible. She's the first 2-time back-to-back
At
winner.
least consecutive. Yeah.
I mean, there's just these 2 contestants I had are now up for honorable mention. Incredible.
Well, we'll bring him on. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're gonna bring him up still, but wow. All right, Lisa, just out of nowhere in the ball
If you
pit.
want to open your thing so he can hear it too, hear the video too.
Or
Yeah,
here, I'll mute your mic if you want to just put him down on the table.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So Sam's
Okay.
mic is muted. Everything else is turned up all the way. Gianni.
So do you want to give some context on the plane video here for us?
So I was gonna say, who has bigger balls? Somebody in the state of Texas or somebody who was in the air, possibly over Texas? Which one would you like to hear first, Brown?
Definitely in Texas.
In Texas.
In
All right.
Texas?
So
Okay.
a little background information. As we know, Texas, horns down, going to SEC. Because of this, they have to make some appeals within the Big 12 Conference, the SEC Conference, and their state. The state of Texas must approve this move. And so we go live to a courtroom in Texas where the Texas AD was absolutely body slammed.
What's your athletic budget?
It's over 200 million. It's probably 220, 225 in that range.
Where does that put you in the U.S.?
Depending on how you count, probably first.
And that's without a winning football team of late.
It's in spite of our football team. We've been winning, just not like we like to win.
3-7 against the Horned Frogs. So maybe your fan base would rather lose to Alabama than TCU. So
Wow.
You said that was an assistant what? AD? What was this?
Yes, that was that was the Texas AD, the male you saw there.
Okay.
And then take the headphones away from the mic. That's all it is. And then that was a senator in the state of Texas, actually, that slammed him.
Wow.
They have the number one athletic.
Turn the mics down a little bit.
They have the number one athletic director or athletic budget in the country, and they cannot produce a winning football team. Horns down. I thought that was pretty remarkable. But the balls in that woman to do that, incredible, actually, if you ask me. Gianni, though,
Let's get into the other one.
The balls on these people on a flight may have been bigger, though.
You guys fucking suck! My parents are more fucking cheesy goddamn dollars! And you know what? You fucking suck! Yeah! Yeah! You know what? My grandma... My fucking attorney! Shut the fuck up! No!
Wow.
Yeah, very. That's one way to stop that from happening.
That is.
Seems like I don't know who's that seem like one of our friends.
You know what? Good for them. I've heard that the flight attendants got suspended for their actions. I don't know if it's paid or not, but I feel like that was the best possible move that they could have done. I mean, what do you do other than call the air marshals, or you gotta settle the guy down? And it seems like he was just very out of control. Doesn't surprise me. That's where that's where our education system and really all of this is leading towards continuation of that. So that's something to look forward to. But what a shame, for parents having $2 million. I know, nowadays that's big money, big time. I don't know many people at all who have $2 million. So, as you know, if you have $2 million, you can get it out of any situation possible. So good for that kid.
I mean, just nobody has defeated Lisa for who has bigger balls. That's all I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, what a video. I don't know. That was awesome.
Well, gentlemen, our time here for episode 59 has come to an end.
Yes.
So before closing, Barone, do you have any final remarks for episode 59?
Any final remarks for episode 59? All I want to say is fuck you, Kyle Heckman, and that's it.
Yes.
Wow.
Kyle Heckman, do you have any final remarks in episode 59?
Those will be Barone's last words to me in person, so I'm going to take them to heart. Other than that, it was a pleasure to be here. I had a lot of fun.
Glad you finally made it. Shout out to Cole Skelly for not calling in after he texted me 3 times that he was calling in.
Yes, wow.
Fab for the Year award goes to Cole Skelly, really, if you ask me. Incredible job by him.
Jeez. Well, I actually heard, so he's out protesting the vaccine right now. Went to various vaccine sites, and by the way, this is not a promotion, all right? I say go get vaccinated, people. It's the smart thing to do. Let's move on to society. And if you don't want to, then don't get it. I don't know. You should be able to do whatever. But he's protesting right now. And he's encouraging people not to get the vaccine. He's about to drive his SUV through a vaccine site. So he's following suit. Charlene Lewis Brown, I believe that was, former Big Balls candidate. I hope she's doing well. I'll have to check in. Maybe I'll write to her, see how she's doing in prison. We'll have to see if she's vaccinated yet or not. But yeah, that's what Cole Skelly is doing. That's why he couldn't call in. So we wish Cole well.
Wow, interesting. Gianni, any final thoughts for Cover Your Balls episode 59?
No, final thoughts. We're going to be going on the Straight and Shoot podcast, or Straight Shooting, or
Straight Shooting Handball Pod.
Straight Shooting Handball Pod.
J&L.
Mitch and I, and make sure you guys tune in. If you want to go over there, I think it's on their Twitch channel.
It is on their Twitch.
Stay tuned to the Twitter or Instagram or other social medias. I'm sure we'll post it on there. But good show today, fun show today. Turned out pretty well for not preparing whatsoever for this episode.
Zero preparation in today. Sam, any final words before we let the people go?
Yeah, I would just encourage everybody to leave their house, start going in stores, especially small businesses, because pretty soon your life's going to be run by corporations. And honestly, I'm sick and tired of doing my job, so thank you. Yes, I don't have my headphones on.
Oh, I was just doing the bang and pow for you. But either way, that concludes episode 59 of Cover Your Balls. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, follow us on our social media platforms. We'll be back next week at some point in time for episode 60. And we'll cover your balls better than we did tonight. I will admit. We'll be prepared. Until then, for Gianni Capuano, Sam Summers, our guest Kyle Heckman, and Austin Brown, I'm Mitch Balla. NFL football just kicked off in Canton, Ohio.
COVID isn't real.
27 weeks straight of football. Please disregard that last message from Sam.
I don't actually believe it.
Go watch Dave, episode 9, season 2, one of the best episodes of TV I've ever seen in my life. And until then, we will see you when we see you.
All right, go get vaccinated, seriously.
We got dogs.